Hey. All right, we are live. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Oh, well, my name is Melissa Uchida, and thank you so much for being here as part of the Healthy Human Project and Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Um, thank you for being here. So, a few things that I want to say as we get started so that you can get the most out of your time. And so I'm trying to make sure I say everything. There's so much. There's so much. This is a strength in stillness class, and this is a specific methodology. We're going to use some breath work. We'll use some chair yoga. So everything today is going to be from a chair, some chair yoga, some mindful movement, um, some Pilates, and some dynamic tension. We're releasing tension from the body. We're also honing in our focus, and we'll finish with a 20-minute meditation today. And this is in honor of Nate, my husband, who passed 4 years ago by suicide. And so I want to talk a little bit about mental health and men's mental health specifically. A lot of my girlfriends, I mean, pretty much every female I know is in therapy. So I feel like we have a really good grasp of what it is that we need. And it's not that our mental health is in any way, like we've got it. However, culturally, it's encouraged for women to, maybe it's because we have our periods and we go through these hormonal changes and we have childbearing and we have menopause. So we have all of these hormonal shifts that really affect our mental health. And so we're encouraged to actually look for ways to live with ourselves, for 70, 80, 90, 100 years. Like, how can we live and have a steady baseline like this rather than kind of going up and down. And with men's mental health, men are a lot more isolated. Okay, you know what? First, I want to set the intention for today. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Thank you. And let's start our intention. So if you don't mind, go ahead and firmly plant both feet on the ground. If you'd like, you can bring your hands to your heart, either in prayer or right over your heart. And allow the eyes to close or soften. Notice your breath as you breathe in through your nose. And as you breathe out completely. Today, we gather to honor men's mental health, to hold space for the silent struggles, the unseen fears, and the quiet courage it takes to simply keep going. Viktor Frankl wrote, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we're challenged to change ourselves." May this practice remind us, even when the world feels unchangeable, that we can change our breath, our posture, and our perspective. May we anchor into compassion for ourselves and extend that compassion outward to all beings. Take one deep breath in. Sigh, exhale. I want to talk a little bit about men's mental health, and then we'll get into our practice. 1 in 10 men experience depression or anxiety, statistically. It could be higher than that, but that's what we know. But half of those seek treatment. Men die by suicide nearly 4 times more often than women. Suicide is the 7th leading cause of death for men in the United States, and middle-aged or older men have higher rates. Men are twice as likely to binge drink, numb out that way, and 3 out of 4 opioid overdoses deaths are men. But it's not just about depression. It's fear, it's panic, it's overwhelm. It's a feeling trapped and under pressure to be something else, someone else, to be taller, richer, better, more successful, sexier, more masculine. And then there's also not seeing a way out of this pain. And the pain is a pain of pressure. It's it's like the walls are closing in on you, and you almost feel suffered and smothered and suffocated. Um, and it's a panic. And I know this because I've seen it. I've seen it. I watched it. I saw it in Nate, who, for those of you that know Nate, like, he was fun. He was colorful. He was funny and witty and playful and kind and loving and the best heart. And he was so incredibly reliable and a person who would do the right thing no matter what. Um, yeah, someone that would do the right thing no matter what. I want to tell you just something really wonderful about Nate that, he lives through me. And so something that he would do on the first of every year, January 1st, he'd say, all right, Melissa, let's get together and we need to get our calendars together. Now, I am not a planner. I am an ADD person. I don't plan. I fly by the seat of my pants most often. So it's hard for me to sit down with a calendar. And he would say, we need to pick all the days that we want to do something with the family for the rest of the year so that I can request those days off right now because I have a better chance of getting them on the first of the year. And he's really the person that taught me family first. And that might sound strange, but I didn't grow up in families that were where the family was first. I grew up in families, in my two families, where other things were first. So I wasn't used to that, and it's something that I honor in him, and I carry with me now, and it really has helped our family thrive. So he spent he knew he was suffering with this mental illness, and he knew that he was kind of losing control, and he felt like he was losing control, and he went to Utah for 5 weeks to stay in a facility. And when he got back, he had all these recordings from classes that he had taken, and he was like, Mel, you've got to listen to this recording of this parenting class. And life was so busy. Life is busy. So I just didn't do it. Well, 9 months after he died, and if you know someone that dies by suicide, the police do an investigation. Just want to know, because there are many deaths that appear to be suicides but are actually murders. So they do an investigation, they do an autopsy, and it can take several months before you can get your loved one's belongings back. So it was 9 months when I got his phone back, and I listened to his voice messages, and there was a recording of a parenting class that he had taken at this facility in Utah. And the presenter said, for every you want four positive interactions with your child for every one perceived negative interaction with your child in order to build trust and in order for that child to have secure attachment. And a secure attachment is like someone that can have a good relationships with other people. They're not avoidant, they're not anxious, they're able to be in relationship with another person and to be okay with that. So, and I was like, as I was listening to this, it was 9 months after Nate had died. Our family was falling apart. I was suffering from trauma and grief and super reactive. And I was like, oh my gosh, I pretty much have 4 negatives to maybe every one positive. I don't even know. We might not have even been having the one positive interaction at that point. But it was obvious that the family was suffering. We were all suffering. And in grief, time slows down. Life is really busy, right? But when you're in grief, it's like the world just kind of stops. And so I realized I needed to make a change, and I needed to add the mindfulness that I had practiced when I was on my yoga mat as a practitioner or when I was teaching my classes. I needed to bring that into every single day life all the time to be with my children so that I could have positive interactions with them, and understanding too that 70% of our communication is nonverbal. So we can say words that we think are going to be important, but our children know when we're feeling stressed, fear, afraid, angry, resentful, exhausted, overwhelmed. Like, they know it, right? So how can we, as a society and as parents and as people, take care of ourselves in a way that we can show up for the people that we love and care about? We can show up for the things that we love and care about. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what yoga does. Yoga improves our immune function and it improves our cognition, our ability to think. It reduces the effects of chronic stress. And studies show that 20 minutes of meditation a day for 8 weeks shrink the size of the amygdala, which is the fight or flight center. You know, that's our nervous system when it goes into that fight or flight response. And it increases brain cells in the prefrontal cortex, which is the part of our brain that gives us clarity and calm and better decision making. So I wanted to put together something. I created a class because we only have so much time. I wanted something that we were going to get the benefits of being able to reset the nervous system, hone in our focus, remove tension and stress from the body, have the body and the mind become integrated and start communicating with each other. And to really focus on the mindfulness so that we could identify patterns. When we are mindful, we can see things more clearly. We can see the patterns that might be hurting us or hurting the people that we love. And it allows our reaction time to slow down. So instead of an instant reaction, we integrate a pause. And then with meditation, I've been meditating since I was in reform school, and my art teacher, when I was 15, gave me a Shakti Gawain cassette tape. And I listened to that every day for 2 years. And then I've been meditating ever since. I practice transcendental meditation right now, which is 20 minutes twice a day. And the research on meditation is huge. And most people that I know say, oh, I can't meditate. I'm way too busy. Even the yoga teachers, the yoga practitioners don't have a meditation practice. And so I wanted something that was going to be accountable, where we could just do it together, because it's so easy to get busy with life. So if you can, go ahead and put your phone on do not disturb, close the door, maybe even put a sign on the door that says, do not disturb in class, meditating for an hour, because that part is really important. It's the willingness to sit, and it's the willingness to do the practice, even when the mind wants to pull you away, or the body wants to pull you away. Body's like, I need some water. I need to do this. The mind's like, oh, I've got to do the laundry or whatever. So we want to bring ourselves right here, right now. It's why I'm wearing like be here now shirt. Be here now. We're giving ourselves permission to be here right now. Now, this class is free, but if you would like to donate, and thank you to those of you that have, thank you so much. All the proceeds are going to the John Brick Mental Health Foundation. There will be links in the description. And it studies how exercise really is medicine. Exercise helps to heal the body and the mind. And remember that this class is not about being good. What matters is you're showing up, you're practicing, and giving yourself permission to simply be here. So I always start class with something about the genius of nature. It allows us to remember that this world is completely miraculous, and there are so many things that we don't understand. So today we're talking about geckos, and geckos, like lizards, they can detach their tails. So what happens is something comes, they can detach their tail, it pops off, it starts to squirm, so that the bird or whatever it is goes after the squirmy thing. It allows the gecko to get away, and it's going to grow a new tail within 1 to 3 weeks. It was one of my favorite things when I was a kid growing up in Hawaii. Watching the geckos, you kind of go, oh my gosh. But what it shows us is that losing a part of ourselves is not the end. It's an invitation to regrow, to rebuild, and to emerge even stronger. And often, sometimes, the part that we let go of might be a part that allows us to move into a stronger, healthier, better, bigger version of ourselves. We have this innate capacity to heal if we create the right conditions for self-healing. And the conditions are safety, rest, nourishment, and gentle movement. Okay, so come to your seat if you were not already there. Let me back a little farther. And the way that we want to sit on our chair so it's nice and stable is to sit toward the end of the chair, sit toward the end. Grab a cheek, pull it out, grab the other cheek, pull it out. And we want to sit up really tall. So take your hands just behind the buttocks, straighten your arms if you can, and firmly plant your feet in the floor. Imagine reaching the crown of your head up high. Now take the shoulders back, and can you get even taller? You'll notice that the glutes will engage just a little bit so that you can lift up, because we don't want to slump like this. Straight arms, shoulders back. Take one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, and feel your feet on the floor. Gently lift the pelvic floor. That's just going to remind us, like, okay, we're in practice now. So practice is about focusing, giving yourself permission, be right here, right now. Breathe in through the nose and breathe all the way into the bottom hand. You'll feel the top hand move too, but I want it to move wide as opposed to high. Exhale out through the mouth for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, breathe in. Into the belly. Exhale out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, breathe in. Now, each time, can you breathe in a little more air? Exhale out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Draw the belly in. And 1. Lower your arms down. Roll your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Now, everything today is an invitation. So you listen to your body. This is time for the body and the mind to be in one place, communicating with each other, and to be really open, kind, and compassionate with each other. Inhale as you take the arms to the left and right, turn the palms to face up, draw the elbows toward the back of the ribs, and reach both arms out. Inhale as you sweep the arms up high. Notice how tall we can get, so we're not sinking down. Lift the chest. Bring your hands together, lower them down to the heart center. Interlace your fingers, press your palms to meet, and round your back. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, lift your palms, open the chest. Separate your hands, circle your wrists as you lower them, lower them, lower them. So we add our breath with our movement. Inhale, take the arms out and up. Exhale, lower your hands to heart center. Inhale, interlace the palms, press forward, round your back. Exhale, stay. Inhale, palms up, chin up, take the shoulders down. Separate your hands and circle your wrists as you lower, lower, lower. We do a lot of things in 3s. Inhale, take the arms out and up. Stay active through the arms. Get tall, tall, tall. Exhale, hands to the heart. There's no rushing in strength and stillness. Interlace your fingers, palms forward, round your back, draw the shoulders away from your ears. Press your palms up, lift your chin, draw the shoulders down your back. Separate your hands and circle, 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 down and around. Sweep one arm out to the sides, turn the palm to face up. Sweep up and over. It's like we're painting a rainbow on the sky. Now I really create lots of length. So move the ribs up before side bending. Inhale as we come out. And now we're up straight. We're paying attention to our posture, the alignment in the body. Turn your palm down and lower down. So it's not in a rush. We're totally mindful. Draw the shoulder blade back into the spine. Turn your palm up. Sweep up high first. Get lots of length here. Exhale over and side bend. Inhale, take the arm out. Turn your palm down and lower down. Okay, now take 2 fists, place them right in between the knees and squeeze the knees. Keep your knees right here. I dream of Jeannie arms. And almost remember I dream of Jeannie, she like, little blink and it comes true. So this is what we're doing. A little blink and it comes true. We just feel good. We're giving ourselves permission to be right here. Inhale as you lengthen the spine. Keep the knees and feet where they are. Exhale, turn and move your ribs one direction. Doesn't matter which way. Not at the neck, but at the rib cage. Inhale, come right back to center. Exhale, turn and twist the other way. Inhale, come up to center. Take both arms forward this time with the palms together. Exhale, rotate and twist. Look at your thumb the whole time. Now we're still up tall. Notice if you started to slump at all, no slumping. Come right back into center. Keep the arm parallel to the floor. When your hands touch, turn and twist the other way. Now, so much of this practice is the mindfulness practice. We're giving our body and our mind permission to be in the same place at the same time. And one of the effects of our technology and social media and email and communicating with people who aren't in the same room with us is this fractionalized thinking. I have really noticed that when my body and mind are not allowed to be in the same place at the same time, I get super anxious, super overwhelmed, super impatient, and I miss the moments that really make this life life, which are all of the regular moments, right? Slide your hands right to the knees. On your inhale, open your heart and chest, seated cat cow. Just lift the chin a little bit. We're really taking the shoulders back. So explore your spine. And as I roll back, draw the pubic bone forward. Can you make it big? From the bottom of the spine, we're moving up, articulating through the spine. And exhale. The other night, my 8-year-old son, Keanu, said, "Hey, Mom, what's your biggest fear?" We were talking about fears, and he's like, "You're going to have to face your fears." We've done a lot of work and talking for both of us on how we face our fears and on becoming brave and adopting brave as a quality that we want. So I thought about it. I said, my biggest fear is I'm going to wake up one day and I will have missed all of these moments right here, right now at bedtime, you and me sitting here talking about our fears, and that they'll be gone and you can't get that time back. And he flipped over this hourglass. It's upstairs, I should have brought it. Move right into the Sufi grind. Now we have to pin the sits bones to the floor. So as you pin them, circle your ribs, circle, circle. Let it feel good. I like to get low into the hips too. We're not moving fast. Pay attention to, oh, wow. I feel some tightness there. Always with love and compassion. Switch directions. So he took this hourglass and he flipped it over, and the sand started going through the hourglass. And he said, "This is the time, this is the amount of time that you have to get through your challenges. And that's it. You get this one turn. You get this one turn. You get this one life to experience the moments that are important to us." Okay, so when we're here, and this is what strength and stillness does, is it slows down time so that we have clarity about what's important to us, and we have the discernment and ability to pay attention to those things at the exclusion of all the other things. Take the legs out wide, press back, press back, press back. Now I'm on my tippy toes. You can't see, but I am on my tippy toes here just because I have short legs. So you might be as well. Keep the thighs back, keep your thumbs in, wrap your fingers around, and then press yourself up tall. So we want to elongate the spine before we twist. Inhale as you lengthen, lean forward slightly. Exhale, twist, turn over, look at the shoulder. Press your thighs back only as much as it feels good, okay? Inhale up, and it starts with paying attention to our bodies. When we pay attention to the body, we know then we start to learn the language of our body. What is our body trying to tell us at any time? It might tell us we need more sleep. And our society is definitely programmed right now to not listen to the body when it needs sleep. Just look at Starbucks. And we walked into Rofo the other night, and I looked at the drinks, and there was a drink that caught me. I was like, it said Hawaiian Punch. So I'm from Hawaii. So anything that's Hawaiian, I'm like, oh my gosh, what is that? The amount of energy drinks on the shelves. I mean, it's just sugar and caffeine, but I mean, dominated by energy drinks. It's the so the amount of sugar and caffeine that our society consumes um, is insane, right? Take the arms all the way out. Again, turn the palms to face up, draw the elbows back. So we are not listening to our bodies when our bodies say tired. And I am just as guilty. I don't drink those drinks, but bring the hands all the way in, hop your feet, this time all the way together. Okay, so squeeze the thighs together. Again, twist open. Notice if you can go any farther this time. You might notice that the hand goes back. Look at your thumb. Come right back to center. Just want you to notice we're just kind of going, oh, okay, wow. Twist, 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 twist. How's your range of motion now? And when our range of motion is better, we have more mobility. Isn't that amazing, right? Okay, now from here, make a C curve as you roll back. Rise on up, sit up tall. And if it's not comfortable, hands can be right here. C curve, roll back. Rise on up, sit up tall. This is a Pilates exercise called the half roll back. C curve, roll back. Rise up, sit up tall. Again, C curve, roll back. Rise up, sit up tall. Now with the hands, I want you to turn the thumbs up. They're still kind of parallel to the floor. Sweep them out. Your pecs will say stop. Once they say stop, you stop. Okay, stop. Turn your palms to face backwards behind you. Reach back. You can even hold on to the back of a chair if it feels good. Nod your chin toward your chest and round your spine forward. Gently pull the belly in. Inhale, stay here and take a breath. Feel the back of your ribs expand. As you exhale, sweep your arms forward toward me, toward the computer. So they're coming all the way forward. Let the backs of your hands touch and draw your shoulders away from the ears. Roll from the bottom of your spine up, one rib, one vertebra at a time. Again, we're paying attention. I call this the lotus flower of compassion. Bring your lotus flower of compassion to yourself first, and then we can offer it out to others. Take the arms all the way out, left and right. So again, you're just noticing how far back you go. Listen, go, oh yeah, that's good for my chest right now, yeah? Turn your palms to face back, round forward, drop the head, hollow out your belly, round your spine. Stay for a breath. Sweep your arms forward. Let the backs of your hands touch. Draw your shoulders away from your ears and roll up one rib, one vertebra at a time till your ears are over your shoulders. Again, bring the lotus flower of compassion to you so we can offer it out to others. You know, I think with a lot of people pleaser type people too, and I'm not saying men are people pleasers. I think a lot of women are people pleasers. The women that love men or not, shouldn't have said that. Sweep your arms forward. Draw your shoulders away from the ears and roll up one rib, one vertebra at a time. I happen to know a lot of people pleasers. So lotus flower of compassion to you. And it is, myself included, it's a tough pattern to break. But really what we do is we have to understand that if we aren't taking care of ourselves, we cannot pour from an empty cup. Sweep the arms forward, draw your shoulders down away from your ears, and roll from the bottom of your spine up. This time we bring our lotus flower into us. Press the forearms together as it grows up out of the mud, grows up high, grows up high, grows up high. Now, how tall can you get? I want you to feel it from the base, from the pelvic floor. Engage the pelvic floor. Straighten your arms. Reach up high. Stay for a breath. And separate the hands as you lower them down. Okay, now we're using the chair for down dog. You can use the back of the chair or you can use the seat of the chair. So you see what works better for you. I'm going to use the back of the chair for today. Take your hands the distance of the chair, step back far and soften your knees. Sink your ribs down toward the floor. Now it's easy for us to kind of go into this, which is more of like the extension. So in down dog, we actually want to pull our ribs in. Gently start to roll your pubic bone toward the belly just a little bit. Now you can keep your knees bent, but keep the arms straight. Draw your shoulders away from the ears. Create length in your spine. As you're here, look down at your feet and get them parallel. That means you'll make the number 11 with the second toe, okay? Breath in and breath out. Breath in And breath out. Can you pull the ribs up and in? Breath in and breath out. One more breath in and breath out. Now do a little bit of a back bend. You can sink your ribs down toward the floor. You'll feel the stretch in your hamstrings there, and exhale back to down dog. Do it again. Inhale into an extended cat. Okay. Oh, and exhale down dog. And inhale. Feel the hamstring length and exhale. So just notice the difference. Lift your head. Step your left foot forward. Press the right heel into the ground. Hold onto the chair and square your ribs and hips to the back of the chair. Straighten and bend. Now we want to press the back heel all the way down to the floor. You might feel the stretch in your calves or your Achilles. Hold it here. Draw the pubic bone up toward the belly, and I want you hugging everything in. So in Strength and Stillness, this is mindfulness. It's a honing in practice. You need a focal point that's going to help to maintain focus. Take your shoulders back and together. Look at something straight ahead. I'm looking at a picture of my grandma. Draw the shoulders down away from your ears and take the arms up, maybe or maybe not. Let your fingers touch each other and turn the pinkies in just a tiny little bit if it feels good. You can keep the hands about shoulder distance apart. And now look at your one spot and breathe in and breathe out. Breath in. Breath out. If you notice thoughts, that's fine. Acknowledge them and bring your awareness back to your spot, your drishti, and your breath. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Take your hands to the back of the chair, straighten your front leg, and again, re-square the hips. You might even step the back foot in a little bit just so you feel balanced. Hug the elbows close in toward your rib cage. Now lean forward. As you lean forward, we're paying attention to what's going on here. You'll feel the stretch in the hamstrings of the front leg, okay? Hug your elbows close in. As you press up, use the triceps. Use your arms to press up. Don't use your back. So you have to create some resistance. The resistance is what helps to build strength and resilience. So it's so often that we come out of discomfort really soon because who wants to be uncomfortable, right? So we come into an uncomfortable position and we want to get out of it right away. But in the yoga practice, we stay in the uncomfortable position and we breathe. We don't pay attention to the thoughts that say move. We train the body to sit and to stay. Now here, keep your right hand on the chair, but you're going to move it over to the left a little bit. Stack your left hand on top of it. Hug the thighs in toward each other. So the lower body needs to be really active. Sweep your left arm out to the side. Again, your gaze will follow your thumb as you twist open. Squeeze the thighs in toward each other and come right back. Hug the thighs in, roll them in. The legs are active, the glutes are active. Twist open, twist open, twist open. Only go as far as you can look at your thumb and come right back. And one more time, twist open, twist open, twist open. And come right back. Step the back foot forward to meet the front. Walk your feet all the way together and roll your sits bones toward the ground. Take your fingertips to the chair. Lift both heels up. Hold here. Now, press your inner ankles together. Find your balance. Look at a spot. Maybe you take your fingers off the chair. Make sure you're breathing. And release lower down. Right foot forward. Step the left foot back. Press your back heel down into the ground. Square the hips, square the ribs, straighten and bend your front leg. So you might notice differences in the calves and in the Achilles. And I was recently reading something in the Harvard Women's Watch about a correlation between tight Achilles and the thickness of the Achilles and the thickness of the um, lining of the arteries in the heart. We want to make sure everything is pliable, everything is, hold it. Pubic bone up toward the belly, hug the outer hips in, stay focused, look at your one spot. And I think of this as warrior training. It's mental training, it's physical training, it's spiritual training. We're giving ourselves permission to narrow in our focus and to not be distracted by all of the noise of the world. Take the arms up. Keep the arms straight, let your fingertips touch each other. Draw your shoulders down away from your ears. Breath in. Breath out. And now there is nothing except you and your breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Take your hands to the chair, straighten your front leg, roll the thighs in, hug your elbows in, and again lean forward. Line your ears up with the shoulders. Hug the elbows in, pull the belly in. So you'll feel the stretch maybe now in the hamstrings, but use the back of the arms as you press yourself up tall. And up. And in. Okay, one more. And up. Walk your left hand over to the right side of the chair. Place the right hand on top of it. Our ears are over our shoulders. The spine is long. The belly is in, okay? Float your top arm up. Again, continue to look at your thumb. And this is not about speed. This is about focus, mindfulness. Are you trying? So these are the things we notice. Do I want my head to go back because I'm trying to open up too far? Can I be content right here if this is what my range of motion is? And come right back. Where do we try to do something or be something that we're not quite ready for yet? Let's meet ourselves with compassion for where we are right here, right now. And this is where I think men have it rougher than women. Because compassion isn't really something that's taught. Step forward, shake it out, unless it's taught in the families, right at home. Okay, using your chair right here to work on balance. Yoga, huge stud, lots, improves balance so much. So take a hand to the chair. Again, we're up really nice and tall. I want you to feel both your feet on the floor and just simply notice if you shift more weight into one side or the other. Do your legs feel even? Does it feel at all? I do like a postural check. I check in with my alignment quite a bit because I have a tendency to move my ribs to one side. I have a tendency to hike my hip, and I have a tendency to turn one leg out and to tilt my head. So I have a lot of natural, they're not natural. They were all caused by something, but I've a tendency for all of these misalignments. We have the same thing in our lives. We have a tendency toward misalignment. Someone might have a tendency toward a white lie. They might have a tendency to say something they don't mean. They have a tendency to over exaggerate stories for entertainment purposes. They have a tendency to say yes when they really mean no. We all have these tendencies, right? So, what's important again is that we are kind and compassionate with ourselves, and we use the mindfulness practice to start to begin to be aware of what these natural tendencies are. We call them samskaras in the yoga practice. They're patterns, they're just habits, unconscious habits. So we're bringing awareness to what was unaware. So now, all right, do I need to move my ribs one side to the other? I have a big difference here. Yeah. Do I need to engage the glutes a little more, one side or the other? And now draw a big circle with the knee. We're really opening up our hip. Notice what happened to your standing leg. Did it bonk out? I'll do that if I'm not paying attention. Can you hug it in and stand firm and tall as if both feet were on the ground, reverse directions? I had to do a lot to let go of ego too, and go, okay, let go of like my fixed identity, switch sides. So notice how you stand on the other foot. Does your foot feel stable? Root through the four corners of your foot. We become attached to our identities of how we see ourselves. And as we were repairing our family, we all kind of went, okay, we can let go of that attachment to who we thought we were and grow a new tail. Yeah. Okay, this time I'm going to do down dog the other way to get a little bit lower. So I turn the chair around, step back, sink your chest toward the floor. Keep the arms straight, but draw your shoulders away from the ears. Breath in and breath out. Breath in, breath out. You'll notice how the mind is going to want to start to talk and it'll say all these things. Breath in, breath out. But you've committed this 1 hour. Breath in, breath out. Lift your head, step forward, stand up with or without hands on the chair, hula hoop your hips. And again, what do you notice about your body? Reverse directions. All right, come right back. Have a seat. As I was learning to self-regulate, I was 47 years old and I had to learn how to, I didn't know how to other than my yoga, 25 years of yoga, I did know how to regulate, but I didn't apply it to daily life. I was focused and on when I was in the yoga class or in the classroom, but the overwhelming busyness of life, and it would have been, I was different person. Take the arms forward, C curve as you roll back. This time, go ahead and let your shoulders hit the chair. Hold on to the hamstrings and relax your shoulders down. Now straighten, flex and point. So again, we're making our fascia a little more flexible. Oh, spread the toes if you can. And circle. It takes the slowing down and the mindfulness. Spread the toes. Oh, feels so good. Wiggle them around. Okay, now flex your foot and lower your leg down until it's parallel to the floor. Take your hands to the quads and press down as you resist. So again, we're creating resistance. We're putting ourselves in that challenge zone, which builds resilience. Now, we don't want it so hard, right? What this practice does is it takes us from an overwhelmed stage, a panic stage. Um, uh, if you look at a scale of like 0 to 100, most people are functioning around 80, right? They're like buzzing. They're like so on edge, hyper reactive, rude, short, impatient. You notice that? What we do is we reset the nervous system. We add in the mindfulness practice, the breath work, the mindful movement, We create some resistance and we train ourselves to be non reactive. Rise all the way up, one circle each direction, just to release anything in the low back. Arms forward, C curve roll, bring the other leg up, straighten, flex point, eye on the clock. Oh, because we have to meditate. Okay. Flex lower, create resistance, press. Not we have to meditate. We get to meditate. Oh, watching language. That's another beautiful thing. With the mindfulness practice, we begin to pay attention to our words and the intention behind the words. All right, and release it. Okay, now just pat the legs, just pat, 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 pat. Go all the way down, come up the inner thighs, go down the lower, come up the inner one more time, go down the lower, come up the inner. Now, with meditation, 20 minutes of meditation every single day for 8 weeks, studies are really amazing. What the science is showing, what the yogis have known for a long time. So, our meditation today is going to be a mantra meditation. It's inhaling for so and exhaling for hum. So, let it be really gentle. You'll notice thoughts are going to come into your consciousness. You don't want to get hooked by a thought. Instead, we go, oh, inhale so, exhale hum. And then another thought will come in. Again, we're just acknowledging, okay, that's a thought. It's not good, bad, just label it thinking. Inhale so, exhale hum. And what's important is that you stay and do it. I will mind the time, okay? So we have, I wanted it to be 20 minutes, but we have about 12 minutes, okay? Allow the eyes to close. Make sure you're in a comfortable position. You don't need to do anything fancy. And if you're lying down, bend your knees and commit to staying awake. Gently introduce the mantra, so hum. On your next exhalation, release the mantra. Start to become aware of being in the room. Notice any sounds inside the room. Feel your feet on the floor. And wiggle your fingers. Maybe wiggle your toes. Circle your wrists. Take a big stretch in whatever way feels good. When you're ready, slowly, gently blink open your eyes. And this is a technique called havening. It's a self-soothing technique. It works really well with anyone with PTSD, anxiety, panic. We're going to add an affirmation to this. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. Give yourself a giant squeeze. I want to close with a quote. In The Body Keeps Score, Bessel van der Kolk wrote, being able to feel safe with other people is probably the single most important aspect of mental health. And we have to teach ourselves, train ourselves to feel safe. Because only then can others feel safe around us, with us. So use any of these techniques, any of the time. And if you're interested in learning more, I don't know how to use the chat. Maybe I'll put a link of, okay. I'm gonna put a link here to my Strength and Stillness community. We have 2 live classes a week. One is a chair class and one is a mat class. It's 2 live classes a week right now, and you have access to the whole library of classes. And then monthly, we'll have monthly master classes or webinars on something related to one of the 5 pillars of human health, which is body, healthy mind, healthy spirit, strong energy, and an understanding of what we are as energetic beings and how to increase our energy and plug in the holes, and healthy environment, so that we are creating the environment that we want our children to live in, that we want to live in, for us to be able to thrive as best as we can. And it really is, there's an understanding that we are all interconnected, of course, right? So thank you so much. I would love to notice, if you want to put it in the chat, I would love to know what might have shifted for you, what you felt, what you struggled with. Was sitting for 12 minutes in silent meditation, was that hard? Was any of the movement or moving slow? I know if any of you are like vinyasa practitioners, it takes some training to move more slowly. But I'd love to know what shifted over the last hour. And thank you again so much for being here. I'll put in my Venmo. If anyone would like to, I know you made donations. Thank you so much. So I Venmo is at Melissa Miyoko. This is Venmo. If you want to make a donation, and there's absolutely do not have to. but they will go to the John Brick Mental Health Foundation, which researches and trains, that offers trainings in exercise and what it does for the body and mind. And our body and mind is so, it's interconnected. It's not like you have a body and you have a mind, although they're interconnected. Sorry, I'm trying to do too many things at one time. And you'll see, right, as soon as we start to multitask, and there's the PayPal if you want that. When we start to multitask and our thinking gets fragmented, you know what? I can see my ADD coming. So these are just some of my parenting books. I did want to say this because these are just some of them. Okay, so I was looking through them last night. Now, Nate had got some of them, and some of them came before him, and some of them then came after him. But I didn't know how to parent, and I was not that I was a bad parent to my daughters. I think that I parented the best that I knew how, and I thank God for yoga and thank God for meditation, because I was able to be so much of a better parent than I expected. I did not want to be a parent. I was terrified of becoming a parent because I didn't want love you, mom, but I didn't want to be like my parents. I love my mom, and love my dad. But family was not a good word growing up in my homes. And I was so afraid of being this angry, reactive, unpredictable, impatient, mean, or distant. Like the iron gate goes up and there's nothing. So I needed to learn how to be a good parent. But after Nate died in all grief and trauma, you default back to what you know. And then there's also just all of dealing with trauma. You're reactive, you're scared, you're living in fight or flight. I needed to reset my nervous system. I needed to be able to be mindful of my patterns, and I needed to be able to be a different parent for my children because we were all drowning. So that was really what brought the strength and stillness. Is I had such limited energy in grief and trauma and raising 3 kids, and I was pretty checked out. Like my mind was, I couldn't comprehend. That's part of the grief brain. It's like God turns the brain off because it can't understand what's actually happening when your loved one is gone. So I needed a practice that I could do in an hour a day that would incorporate as many healing modalities as possible, and also providing me with the tools to be able to be aware to change the patterns that were hurting me. And so that's what I'm hoping to offer with Strength and Stillness, is just offering tools and a space to be able to teach you or show you and provide you and other people ways of just being aware of the patterns that might be hurting you or might be hurting people that you love. And for all the men and everything that you do, it is a lot, and there's a lot of pressure, and there are tools. There are tools and there's support, so you don't have to feel so alone. And when the walls feel like they're closing in, it's okay simply to sit and be still and focus on your breath and know that this moment will pass. This thought will pass. This moment will pass. Okay, thank you so much for being here. So much love to you. I am so grateful. So much love. And until I see you the next time, okay? Take care. Thank you. Bye. Thanks, Betsy. Oh, great, Betsy.